Okay, so we're up to number one now of the top 10 greatest matches of all time, in my opinion. Remember, I am Big Cal from Wrestling Elite. And just before we get to number one, I remind you to please go visit my website, www.wrestlingelite.co.uk or .com, both will work. There's a great site with all my DVD reviews on, more top 10 lists like this. There'll be more videos to come for the top 10 lists, and there's a wrestling column I write every so often, and I have probably over 100 DVD or show reviews as well, so please go check it out. And now for my number one match of all time, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood 1997 in the first ever Hell in a Cell match. Wow. Every time I watch this match, I absolutely love it, even more than I did the previous time I watched it. It gets better every time. You know, it's what, 11 years old now. It was the first Hell in a Cell, and to me so far not any other single Hell in a Cell has come close to beating it. A couple have been only a quarter star under it in terms of star ratings, so I have this match at 5 stars. I have two other Cell matches I think at 4 3/4 stars, but even then none of them come quite close to matching up to this one. It was the first, it was the best. We had unbelievably fantastic storytelling with Shawn Michaels as the cowardly heel. They'd had a match at the previous pay-per-view a month before where it turned into just a huge brawl where Shawn really didn't want anything to do with The Undertaker. We had people interfering, lots of things like that, so that match was really just a build up to this match. And when you get a pay-per-view main event that is nothing more than a build up for another pay-per-view main event, you know that that pay-per-view main event it's building up to is going to be something amazing, and that's what we got here. It's Shawn Michaels, the cowardly heel, running away from The Undertaker inside the cell. They had nowhere to run, no one could interfere, or so they thought. They obviously didn't count on a 7-foot man in a mask ripping off the door. But anyway, we had some great psychology in that match. We had some great action, some great bumps. You know, they saw them fight on the cell. Shawn fell off the cell through a table. Shawn bladed himself pretty damn bad. There was a huge pool of blood wherever he was laid for even just a few seconds. You know, some great action inside the cells, great action outside the cell. You know, the debut of Kane was absolutely fantastic and just added more to the match, I believe. There are just so many reasons why this is my favourite match of all time. I do have a write-up on my website in the top 10 matches list, so please obviously go read that if this isn't enough to convince you, and if that isn't enough to convince you, please go and watch it because it is unbelievably amazing. I believe that every wrestling fan should watch this match to see just how good it is. Okay, that's my top 10 greatest matches of all time for Wrestling Elite. I am Big Cal, and please visit my website at www.wrestlingelite.co.uk or .com. There's lots of content on that website. There's also a forum that is only just recently been opened up. It needs new members, it needs more members, it needs more active members to help become big. So please go check it out. Thanks for watching.